Right here, down. Protect the out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, let's do this. Man, we gonna do 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
See, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We're glad you're here with us, and we truly, truly appreciate that. What's going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome to the Main Thing Podcast presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owns, and after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles family? This your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. And we're here to talk about our next matchup. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, they coming to the link. It's about to get dirty, you feel? Spooky hours for real. Interesting matchup because you have Doug Peterson coming back. We all know Dougie P. We all love Dougie P.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, gave us our first ring. None but love for the guy. But he's coming into town, and hey, it should be. I don't want to say a good one. It should be one that we dominate in elegant fashion. I'll put it like that.
Like you said, Big Huss, man, huge matchup. Even though I believe they're 2-5 or 2-6,
2-6
at this point. Like you said, the major headline, of course, is Dougie P coming back to Philly. That's always going to be a major storyline. Like you said, he bought us our first Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And we truly appreciate that as Eagle fans. Feeling that Super Bowl for the first time was definitely amazing. And we said, we definitely honor Dougie P, but we're gonna have to get to business, bro. We already, like we said, 2 years ago when he came back, the year that we went to the Super Bowl, we gave him the standing ovation that he deserved. But this time around, look, it's all business, bro. It ain't no friendships. It ain't none of that. It's all business. You feel me? So I'm definitely eager to see if we're improving and building on the blocks that we have set, the foundation that we're set. We know that they're going to come out and fight. Like you said, they're coming for Doug. They're playing for Dougie P.
Absolutely.
This could potentially be if we do what we're predicting them to do, be Dougie P's last game potentially with Jacksonville. You feel me? So I know that Jacksonville is going to come out fighting and be scrappy and put everything on the line for Doug Peterson because he's still a respectable coach. But we need to come out here, handle our food, and do our assignment, bro.
For sure. And like I said, they're 2-6, but over their past 4 games, they're 2-2. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of finding some sort of groove and rhythm. They're not going to go out without swinging, man. They're going to fight back. I do not expect them to lay down. They have a few SEC guys on their roster as well, a few guys who come from winning pedigree. So, I know they're 2-6. That's not what they know. So they're going to fight to the end. I'm expecting a hard-fought battle. I'm hoping with better coaching and a superior roster that it'll just be overwhelming and we can go in there, like I said, handle business in the link, man. Put on the show for the fans.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
So let's start with this injury report right quick. So as we all know, Dallas Goedert still out dealing with a hamstring injury. Hopefully we'll have him back here soon. Darius Slay dealing with a groin injury. So this will be another week where we should see Isaiah Rodgers inserted into the starting lineup and hopefully he gives us some valuable minutes. Every time we put him in, for the most part, outside of the push in the back. Every time we put him in for the most, it's been good things. He's flashed. I put it like that. He looks fast, and it seems like the defense plays a little faster when he's on the field.
Mm-hmm.
A limited participant was Leonard Dickerson. He was dealing with a knee injury. They sat him out. I believe he'll play this weekend. You had a Mekhi Becton who was suffering from the concussion. He was a full participant. Jalen Carter still dealing with a lingering shoulder injury. I believe that came about last week.
Yes.
Still dealing with that, but he'll be a full participant. And then you have Arbor O, full participant. Maybe we'll see an Arbor O sighting. Maybe we won't. That whole thing right there is kind of confusing, kind of loses me. Like, I don't know what we're really doing with him. He's been on the roster, but he just doesn't play, doesn't do special teams. So it's weird. It's a little weird. That's our injury report. And then going to Jacksonville, they're a little banged up, especially with their receiving core. Christian Kirk broke his collarbone. I believe it was season ending.
Big loss.
Big loss, yeah. Because honestly, when they first acquired him, I wasn't expecting the move to be as impactful as it was, but it actually turned out to be a good move for him. Brian Thomas Jr., LSU guy, a little banged up, but he's actually having a pretty good rookie season. Already hauled in 5 touchdowns. He's really flashed and popped on tape. And then Gabe Davis, he was a little banged up, but Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas should both play.
And with Gabe Davis, like you mentioned, we got to keep an eye on him because dating back to last year when we played the Bills, he had a decent game against us, and we kind of still on the same defensive scheme because obviously we have the mastermind with Fangio now, but we did have Sean Desai, I believe, at that point, or maybe it would have been Pencilman, I don't know, at that point, but whoever it was, Gabe Davis had a productive game against us last year, so that's a matchup to watch, bro.
He did, definitely did. Now, jumping into the offensive side of the ball, man, what you looking for, fam?
So, yeah, Huss, what I'm looking forward to on offense is just building off of the blocks, like I mentioned earlier in the video, building off our foundation these last 3 weeks. I like the fact that we're open in having communication amongst the players with the coaches, and they're being able to tell them what they see on the field and things that's working and what they don't like. Obviously, I'm a big component to establishing a run. We need to establish the run. As I said in the previous video, our offensive line is our identity. We need to lean on them to, like I said, establish a presence, establish a dominance. We have, again, the best running back in the game in the backfield. And like I said, like Saquon last week, he didn't have like a big highlight that popped out. But you know the type of caliber player that he is. So establish the run game. I like seeing that we get under center more. You feel me? I heard Saquon mention that he prefers getting the ball from under center because it gives him the opportunity to get downhill at a faster rate. You feel me? So it just seems like when we do run under center, our offensive linemen get off the blocks faster than they do obviously in the shotgun and the RPO form. But I'm just I just basically what I want to see us, I want to see them establish the run game. Once we establish the run game and assert our will, that will open up the pass game because the Jaguars can be had. Their defense, especially their secondary, hasn't been the best. I saw some numbers, Huss, where their secondary has given up pass plays of 45, 51, 63, 65, 67, and 80, bro.
Big plays.
That's written all over big playability. And we have 2 big play receivers on the outside to make those type of plays. Sure. And also Calcaterra coming around in the pass. Well, he's always been there as a pass catching tight end, but we can look for him to have another solid outing as well. But just establishing the line of scrimmage, establishing the trenches, making sure that QB1 is going through his reads and his progressions and making the smart decision. And the final thing, do not turn the football over. You see, when we play mistake-free football, we usually are on the winning side of things. We win the turnover battle
for sure.
And we don't turn and we play mistake-free football. Like I said, we're usually on the winning side of things. But I'm just excited to see the offense's growth. It's seeming like they're starting to gel and just click more and know their assignments, and really playing for one another. Because on that side of the ball, we have uber talent. So, yeah, bro.
And like you said, establishing a run, I agree with you. That whether we're picking up big yards or not, let's continue to run the ball. To your point, although the Jags have been rather stout against the run, Last week, Josh Jacobs ran wild. I believe he had 2 touchdowns on him, over 120 something yards. Like he had a good day. And I consider Saquon to be a better back than Josh Jacobs. And that's no slight to Josh Jacobs because he's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I consider our O-line to be better. So I feel like we should be able to run the ball. But as you mentioned, as far as the big plays go, I feel like this should be a game where we see them sling the rock or pass through the air a little bit more. The receivers should get off this week. Their pass defense is ranked 31st in the league. That's damn near bottom of the barrel. They can't be had. They've given up multiple big plays already through week 9. Now, with that being said, they do have 2 good pass rushers. Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen. Who recently changed his name. Recently known as Josh Allen. They are good pass rushers. I mean, Fred Johnson, he's going to have his work cut out. His work cut out for him because he'll mainly be going up against Josh Allen that typically lines up over top of him. So he'll have another test this week, another opportunity for him to prove himself. And I want to see that progression because he did do well last week. He had solo blocks against Trey Hickerson and held his own. So the potential is there. I want to see another strong day from him. They give great linebacker play between Olu. I'm just going to call him Olu. Yeah, he wears number 23, brother. I don't want to butcher your name like that. It's a tongue twister. But number 23, Olu for them. He's a tackling machine. He's a dog. They drafted another guy, last name Lloyd, I believe.
Devin Lloyd out of Utah.
Mm-hmm. He's a good linebacker, so they good linebacker play. Their front 7 for the most part is decent. Where they can be had is on the back end. And I fully expect for us to exploit that. Like I said, we have 2 number 1 receivers, an emerging tight end in the past game, backup tight end in Calcaterra. He's been a pleasant surprise. So I expect us to be able to take advantage of these things. But when it's all said and done, as we're moving the ball up and down the field, as I believe we will, last thing you ended it with. No turnovers. Turnovers are the only thing, turnover and flags are the only things that'll hurt this team offensively for real. We can play a clean game. Like I said, I feel like for the most part, we'll move the ball. We should score touchdowns for sure.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, just to add on, because I know we're going to close out on offense. 2 things that I definitely need to see from the offense is us starting faster. I know last week we didn't have the ability to start faster because obviously the Bengals possessed the ball for about 10 to 11 minutes, so dang near the whole quarter. But the previous weeks we haven't started fast. This is like the 8th game, I want to say, that we haven't scored in the first quarter, whether that be a touchdown or a field goal. Like I said, so we need to start fast, get up on these boys. You feel me? They're going to be out here scrapping and fighting in this game. So just take them out their misery. Just get on top of them. You see what I'm saying? And put pressure on Dougie P and Trevor Lawrence. Another thing that we have to do is keep using the play action. As y'all see, the play action opens up everything. It literally opens up big plays, intermediate plays.
And Jalen has the highest completion percentage, they said, coming out of play action. Mm-hmm. So it's working when we use it. We just need to use it or continue to use it, I should say.
Exactly. Because it just seems like with the play action, Jalen's not holding, QB1's not holding the ball as long. You see what I'm saying? Like I saw, like from the RPO, he'll do his read. I mean, he'll ride Saquon and then hold and pat the ball. You don't want that as a quarterback. With the play action, that just opens up everything. As you touched on it, Big Huss, like he has the highest percentage via play action. So like you said, just be more decisive. Knowing the concepts, that opens up so much. It opens up the deep game, it opens up the intermediate game. It sucks the linebackers up, it sucks the safeties up, it brings everybody in a box. That's our advantage because you pick your poison with our offense. If you want to take away the run, okay, cool, we got 2 number 1s on the outside. If you want to try to double one of them or bring a safety over top for help, okay, cool. If it's a light box, we could turn around and run it with Saquon, or we got a QB that not only could beat you through the air, he could beat you on the ground as well. So, like I said, play action is something that I want to see more, and then them just being under center, it just opens up so much more for our offense.
For sure. Like you said, moving to this defensive side of the ball, though. Keys, things you're looking for.
Yes, I'm looking for again. Look, bro, it seems like a every week occurrence.
But it's true. What you're saying,
it's true. This is how you win football games. You have to win the trenches. You have to win in the trenches. So I'm looking forward to our defensive line. Even though we didn't get a lot of sacks on Burrow last week, we did put him in a lot of pressure situations where he had to get the ball out, and then he had to break the pocket and try to escape contain by the edge rushers. But I'm looking for our defensive line to get after Trevor Lawrence. Their offensive line is in terrible shape. They just traded their longest tenured player since their 2017 Super Bowl team, Cam Robinson, at left tackle, which is the most important outside of center to me, the most important position on the offensive line, because that is the quarterback's blind side. So they have a guy named Walker Little, who's in his last year of his rookie contract. He started one game last week against the Packers because, like we said, Cam Robinson was manning that position. But with the thing about him, from my research is, and watching the Packers game and the Jaguars game last week during film study, he has a lot of false start penalties. So he's a little fidgety. He's undisciplined. You see what I'm saying? Especially if he knows, especially like we know the Packers do have some dog edge rushers, and Rashawn Gary, and who's the bull from that they got from the Redskins?
Preston Smith. No,
Preston Smith. Yep. Preston Smith. So they do have some solid edge rushers. So of course, when a new offensive tackle is in there, they're a little nervous, they're a little fidgety because they don't want to get beat, because these defensive linemen get paid too, and they watch the ball and go off the snap count. So the offensive lineman and the tackle in this instance, he wants to get in his drop back quick so he doesn't get beat, obviously. And with that, I feel with us playing in Philly, and us having our home field advantage as we do our fans that we truly love, you feel me? Like, man, come on. With all that energy and noise, we haven't played in Philly, it seems like, in quite a while. So I know that the fans will be ready, and I feel that the energy and the noise will be a factor into getting their offensive line to get a lot of false starts and getting them to move before the ball snaps. So what I'm looking forward to is the defensive line establishing its dominance, establishing its presence early, making Trevor Lawrence feel this pressure and feel this heat. But that, again, circles back to the offense starting fast so we can put ourselves in a position on defense to pin our ears back.
Complementary football.
And make them one-dimensional. Like you said, complementary football. Make the Jaguars one-dimensional. Again, you touched on it earlier in the video, because they're down a lot of big pass catchers. They're down Christian Kirk. They got Brian Thomas coming back. They got Gabe Davis coming back, but they're coming out back.
Those guys are beat up.
They're beat up. And then, like we said, they have Evan Ingram, who we're familiar with the Giants. And so, like, with our secondary, we have been playing better. We have had a lot of great communication, but I'm just looking for the whole unit to play as one, to keep playing fast, playing disciplined, smart football this weekend.
For sure. No. I mean, you really hit on it all. Starting with the receivers, I want to see our DBs continue to be physical, continue to be fast. We have one of the better secondaries, and I believe that we do match up with them well, especially with the new emergence of Cooper DeJean. But something that I also do want to look at is how we match up against the tight ends. Now, throughout this year, tight ends really haven't given us any problems, but going back to last week when the Bengals were down their second pass catcher than T. Higgins, Gesicki stepped up big as that other guy. If I'm not mistaken, he might have actually led them with receiving yards.
I believe, I think he did.
Based on he had like 50 or so, right? Yeah. So he had 70 receiving yards on us last week. And the Jags have a decent tight end. Evan Ingram, former Giant, the only other Pro Bowl that Saquon's played with on offense, tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He can be a dog in his own right. More of a receiving tight end. Was close to 1,000 yards receiving last year. If I'm not mistaken, last week he had close to 100 yards in a touchdown. Then their backup tight end had over 50 yards. So just how we match up against the tight ends this week, that's something I want to keep an eye on because I don't want to see that turn into an issue. And it seems that I don't want to say got exploited last week, but it was something that popped up. Mm-hmm. And the Jacksonville has the weapons and the ability to kind of do the same if we don't put a lid on that. And then, as you mentioned, they traded Cam Robinson to the Vikings. You know, Vikings lost their left tackle, so they were in need of a tackle. Mm-hmm. Brought him in. The backup. Look, man, Basuda, right? He's not good. You know I'm saying he's not up to our standard, what we're used to seeing. So I want to see our line go out there and feast, man. Let's continue to be hungry. Let's continue to hunt. Hopefully we can get back to the sack game like we did in the Browns and Giants game. Mm-hmm. Let's get Trevor Lawrence dirty. If we can start putting paws on Trevor and getting him rattled, y'all, he's not Joey B. He's a good NFL quarterback, but he's not Joey B. So he'll make those mistakes. Mm-hmm. I don't want to put the whole 2-6 on him, but they're 2-6 for a reason. He's part of that. So yeah, let's get him dirty. I don't want to see him in clean pockets, bro. We let him sit back there in clean pockets. He might carve you up, truth be told. Like I said, he's a decent quarterback. Let's get him dirty and just be consistent. I want to see this defense continue to be consistent and work in unison. The pass rush working with the coverage working with pass rush, everybody working into the run game. Take a quote from our head coach that I love that I saw on video this week. My man said, "Sometimes you, sometimes me, always us." I need our team to continue to kind of work with that mentality. I need us to continue to work with that mentality and forever buy into that because I thought that was beautifully said and beautifully put because it's genuinely that. Sometimes it's your brother, sometimes it's your turn, but it's always the family. So let's continue to fight as a family, work as a family, and keep up some consistency. Make this our 4th game in a row, man. Because we're about to hit a nice little our next 4 games. Mm-hmm. Be a tougher set of games. So let's finish our food, you know what I mean, and walk into this next quarter of the season.
For sure, Huss. And another thing with the defense, I just need to see all levels work together. Like we said, communication is key on defense. Like you said, we haven't mentioned, they used to have Travis Etienne at running back, but now they have Tank Bigsby from out of Auburn who runs hard, who's not scared to hit the hole. We need to phase him out. We phase Tank Bigsby out in their running game. Like you said, you put it on Trevor Lawrence's shoulders and he gets a little rattled. He'll give you some of them Jones. You see what I'm saying? He'll throw you some of them things for real. He'll throw you 1 or 2 of them things. Matter of fact, when we played them last time in Philly in 2021, I want to say he turned the ball over like twice or 3 times. Like I think we strip fumbled him, and then I think he threw a pick or something like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But another thing too, I like I said, we touched on it on the last video, bro. I want to see the improvement on 3rd down defense. 1, get off the field. You see what I'm saying? Continue to give our offense more opportunities to put up points and make the other teams uncomfortable and the coaches uncomfortable. And one other thing, Huss, again, defensive line in particular, understand and know your rush lanes. We always get the quarterback bottled in, but for some reason, they always escape out of the pocket. When we should have sacks, they always get out of the pocket. Understand your rush lanes, honor your rush lanes. It was one play last week that I was going to mention on the other video, but I forgot, where Bryce Huff, if he had kept his outside arm free, he would have forced Joe Burrow more to the sideline, and Joe Burrow wouldn't have had that much time to throw the football. Matter of fact, it was on the 3rd and 22 play when he
it was on 3rd. Yeah, it was.
Because what Bryce Huff did was incorrect. He took the inside angle. You don't never want to take the inside angle if a running back, a quarterback, whatever is running outside. You always want to have your outside arm free and maintain your leverage. He tried to cut inside.
Bryce tried to make so that's the new thing, bro, where especially if you're a speed rusher, sometimes they'll try to beat the tackle inside to make that quick play. But then to your point, you sacrifice contain. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your job. You got to do your job.
You got it. Like you said, do your 111. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like once you sacrificed and went inside to try to beat the tackle, now you made it easier for the tackle. All he has to do is turn his back to the sideline and shield. Now you fully lost contain. And so that's what opened up the opportunity for Joe Burrow to make that big play on third down. But like I said, just being disciplined, being smart, understanding your rush lanes, and we can get after these boys. Once we get after them, they'll lay down and quit. And like you said, we'll end Sunday with a 6-2 record.
And hey, I fully expect us to end Sunday with a 6-2 record. Speaking of records, and then Sunday, but you think that final gonna be found? What's that final talking about?
It's crazy because you know me and you went back and forth with the scores off camera, but I think I finally decided on the score, Huss. I believe the final score on Sunday afternoon will be in the favor of the Eagles. You know, we never go against our birds. We love our birds. Fly Eagles fly. But I got a score of 38-13. I think they're going to get a touchdown, a tie down. You feel me? 1 tie down and 2 field goals.
That's not a bad score.
38-13. I think we're going belt to dunk.
I can see that.
Belt to dunk.
I can see that for sure. Honestly, I'm really not too far off from you. You gave him a little more points than I did, though. I said, or gave us a little more points than I did, though. I said 31-10.
Mm-hmm.
And for the simple fact, like, I feel like we're going to touch 30. We're going to have the opportunity to really run it up on these boys. I just got that feeling. But would it be in Dougie P? He back in Philly, you know what I mean? The feelings, the vibes, the emotions. They can be like, man, don't embarrass Dougie like that. He already on the hot seat. It's already embarrassing enough. You know what I'm saying? We got him by a dub kind of deal. So I got us scoring 31 points. And then they're scoring a touchdown in the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they might score a touchdown. They might get in field goal range, but for the most part, it's going to be clamps all evening.
Yeah, we're going to keep them contained, bro.
Telling you.
They're going to need to call locksmith for real. Master locking out, bro.
Hey, National Guard, we need you. Save us. Get them off of me. You feel me? Like, it might get a little disrespectful, but they ain't gonna let it get out of hand.
Too disrespectful. You feel me?
Yeah, you feel
who Dougie is, like you said.
For real. For real. I swear. Now, anything you want to say to the fans, to our family out there?
Hey, look, man. You already know, bro. We definitely appreciate y'all coming to the Main Thing Podcast Presents. We definitely appreciate all the support. Again, we can't stress how much we love doing this content for you all. This is something that we're passionate about. This is our purpose. We love the fact that we put out great content for you and that we hold ourselves to a high standard and that you can call us family and be welcomed and want and feel welcomed here at the Main Thing Podcast Presents. So like we said, tell everybody that you found your new favorite Eagles content creators. They right here. You feel me? With Big Hus and Mr. Owens. You feel me? But make sure y'all keep liking the videos. We appreciate that. We see the love. Make sure y'all subscribing. Make sure that y'all leaving comments so we can be interactive and chop it up with y'all. And then make sure y'all turn on that notification bell so when we drop these videos, y'all know what type of pressure we coming with. You feel me?
Facts. And I hit it on the head, man. Like you said, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, come holler at us, check us out, leave the comments. We want to interact. Man, we doing it for y'all. We love our birds. Like I said, it's nothing but love, man. Wishing everybody the best. Now, if you don't know, now you know. I go by Big Husk.
Hey, you already know, man. It's your boy, Mr. Ohms.
Straight up. This is the Main Thing podcast where we keep the main thing
The
the main
main thing.
thing. Straight up, man. Coming to you on a Friday morning. I hope everybody has a great weekend for real. Stay safe. Happy Halloween. Yeah, I mean, eat your candy, all that good stuff. Mac with the family. Peace, love. Let's go get this dub. And yeah,
Hey,
y'all know the vibes.
God bless and go birds.
Go
We out,
birds.
guys.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.